You are now listening to 91.3 WDM Province College Radio on YouTube, and this is the Talking Sports Podcast with your host, Peter DiBiasi, alongside my good friend, Eddie Amadeo. Eddie, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, it stinks that we are away from school now and away from the studio. So as you guys know, colleges all across the country have canceled the rest of their semester, including us at Providence College. So we no longer have access to the WDON radio studio. So this is how we will be continuing our radio show throughout the rest of the school year and throughout the rest of the summer. And it's nice, though, having the YouTube feed because we could do a lot more things that we couldn't do on the radio. We can do different segments, different things like that. But this is kind of just a way to buy time until we can get back in the studio next semester.
Yeah, and we're kind of giving you guys an outlet to the problems everybody's facing in the world. We're not really going to talk much about the coronavirus because you can watch the news and they'll talk about it for hours. So we're going to give you a little outlet to the sports world, which has been shooken quickly by not actual sports news. I know Tom Brady left the Patriots. We'll get into that really quickly. That's our topic for today's show. But how every sport was canceled and suspended in probably a matter of a day and a half, where when the NBA suspended their season, and then basically it was a trickle effect. You had the NHL suspend their season, and then you had college basketball suspend the tournaments, like the conference tournaments. Then they canceled their tournament, which was a devastating thing. And then you had MLB push back their season. Right now, they're hoping sometime mid-May, June. We don't know. And we don't know when the NBA is coming back. We know college basketball is not coming back. And all spring sports. So if you're a senior athlete, you do get another year. But if you're a spring sport for, like, let's say a province, softball, just lacrosse, you lose your season. It's tough. But there was bigger things at stake than just having sports. And I don't think it was fair to continue have let college athletes play in the NCAA tournament when we're all at home being safe.
Right. It's tough for us too, Peter, especially, being a Providence College. The basketball team had a great end of the year run.
Oh, yes.
We were looking right at the NCAA tournament, yes. And now it's all gone. So just that blink of an eye, things can happen. So.
Yeah, that was a tough situation there just because we thought we were playing our best ball of the season. We're going into the Big East tournament hot, 6 in a row. You're thinking, okay, they get to the they're going to be in the tournament anyway, but they'll probably get to the semifinals, maybe the championship, the Big East tournament, whatever. They'll be probably 7 or 8 seed, and they could make a run in the Sweet 16 NCAA tournament. But now we will never know. So we never know. See what Dewan Pipkins does, Alpha Diallo, Clefield, Malik White, Emmett Hall. Those are the 5 seniors that we're losing. I want to say thank you to them. Great season. Bumpy roads. We never gave up on you, but it's a tough pill to swallow, especially for like Kansas, who was the number 1 overall seed, right? They're gonna be great next year, but you're thinking like this is our chance to win championship. And like I'm actually thinking like Dayton. If you don't know much about Dayton, they were gonna be a 1 or 2 seed, but they had never been that high. They had one great player, and now he's leaving for the draft, right? So like when was Dayton ever gonna be back there? Or San Diego State was a 2 seed. When are they ever gonna be back there? You know what I mean? So, like, you have to feel for those teams. Like, Duke will be back there next year. UNC, all the Blue Bloods, all the teams that recruit high. But the small schools that had a great year for the first time in 15 years, are they not going to be back there for 15 years? So, you got to put that in perspective of those type of teams. But while we've been home, NFL free agency has happened.
Correct. And a lot of big moves have happened.
Yes. My Buffalo Bills.
Truly,
you too. Both our teams made some moves. The Buffalo Bills traded for Stephon Diggs, who gives us a legit number 1 receiver. You had the DeAndre Hopkins trade. But we'll get that into that on a later show. This show is dedicated to the impact on Tom Brady leaving the New England Patriots. What does it mean for the AFC East? What does it mean for the Patriots looking forward? And what does it mean for Tom Brady's career? So Eddie, give me your first reaction when you read the news, heard the news, wherever you were. What was your first reaction? So
just to give you guys just a quick background, I am from Massachusetts. For those of you who haven't listened to our radio show in the past, I am a big Patriots fan. And this was one of the big things that Peter and I were talking about in our radio show in previous shows
all year
we've been talking about Tom Brady because everybody knew, of course, he was going to be a free agent at the end of the year. And all sorts of different things can happen. I was confident he was going to re-sign with the Patriots. I thought he was going to be a Patriot for life. 42 years old. This was my rationale. At 42 years old, what do you have to prove after winning 6 Super Bowls in one system, okay, for your entire career? What do you have to prove by going to another organization. You have nothing to prove whatsoever. He's got the money. All right, both him and his wife do very well financially. So
Very well
money's kind of
understood.
out of
Yeah,
money's kind of out of it. But I mean, he won the 6 Super Bowls with the Patriots. What does he have to prove? So now that Brady did leave the Patriots, there's a lot of speculation as to why. Did he want to prove himself on another team, which doesn't really make sense when he's going to be 43 years old? I mean, no other quarterback has done that. I mean, Brett Favre was, 42 when he retired? So,
I think so.
Yeah, so it's tough to speculate that. Could there have been an argument within the Patriots organization
Yes,
itself?
that's what I've heard a lot lately. That like Bill Belichick and Tom Brady had not a fall. We could say falling out. They kind of well, if you think of I'm not saying marriage. We could use the marriage term, but they've been together for 20 years, right? You're gonna have bumps and roads throughout the times, and they've had bumps and roads. You've had Deflategate, you had Spygate, you had recently with the Jimmy Garoppolo situation, trading him, keeping him, all that fun stuff. And then I think maybe Tom Brady just was like, I wanted something new. I wanted a change. Or I'm thinking more of maybe the Patriots didn't want him back.
Correct. So there is something that I do want to talk about. I read several articles about this, that possibly there was a dispute between Bill Belichick and Tom Brady back in 2017 after beating the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl in the huge comeback victory. So the speculation, now all of this is speculation here. Say this all could be false, but this is one thing that a lot of people are talking about, and it's just good to think about it when, regarding why Brady left the Patriots. So one of the things was that after Brady won that Super Bowl, Bill Belichick was ready to move on. I mean, the Patriots had who in their depth chart? They had Tom Brady at 1 at their quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo at 2, who granted had won them 2 games already. And then Jacoby Brissett, of course, when Brady was suspended, also won a game for the New England Patriots as well.
When Jimmy G was injured, right?
Exactly. When Jimmy G got injured 2 games later. So you have Tom Brady, greatest quarterback of all time. You have Jimmy Garoppolo, who was able to prove himself on the Patriots. And you have Jacoby Brissett, who was also a talented quarterback. So teams all over the place were going to want to, where we're looking to trade.
And you weren't going to be able to keep like Jimmy G past his contract, because you can't pay 2 quarterbacks starting quarterback money. Like that just doesn't work in our salary cap driven league. So you had to do something about it.
Exactly, because quarterbacks generally who learn under such good quarterbacks like Tom Brady, there's a high market for them throughout the entire NFL. So teams were looking to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. Teams were looking to trade for Jacoby Brissett. And what happened was Bill Belichick said, you know what? Garoppolo might be our next guy. Maybe it's time to trade to Tom Brady.
Yeah, look for the future. Let's not look into the next 2 years. Let's look for the next 15 years.
And honestly, granted, will we have had that 6th Super Bowl? Who knows? But in my opinion, personally, having Jimmy Garoppolo would have been a better long-term option than holding on to an old quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Letting your developed quarterbacks go, because Jimmy Garoppolo was gold because he developed under Tom Brady. That's why he became, or is now, a decent quarterback. It's because he had that training under a system ran by Bill Belichick and ran by Tom Brady. That's one of the main reasons as to why he's had so much success in the NFL. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of other teams wanted him. So the big speculation was that, as I said earlier, Bill Belichick wanted to move on. And on the other hand, Robert Kraft did not want to move on. He wanted to stay with.
He's the wild card in all of this. He's like
exactly. Yeah.
He put his foot down.
See, as the owner of a football team, you buy the team. You may or may not know a lot about football. All right.
Yeah.
Mainly, a lot of them are in it for financials, different things like that.
Yeah, they're good at business. You usually want to let the football guys do the football thing, and you work on the business side because that's your expertise. Robert Kraft didn't grow up in football, like all that stuff. The only really owner you see that is Jerry Jones.
Exactly.
He's the only really owner that puts his, like the Bills owner of the Pagula family. They own the Buffalo Sabres too, but they let Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott do their thing.
Right.
Your job. I hired you to do football things, make football decisions, win championships, and all that fun stuff. That's what Robert Kraft hired Bill Belichick for. So do your thing. So when Robert Kraft stepped in, I bet you Bill Belichick did not like that.
No, yeah, that's very well put. So Bill Belichick, of course, probably didn't like the fact that Robert Kraft wanted to go with Tom Brady. And then there was pushback from Tom Brady as well, saying to Bill Belichick, hey, you want to get rid of me now? What the heck? And since Robert Kraft's the owner, he has the ultimate decision. And the speculation is that Robert Kraft, in the end, made the decision. We want to stay with Tom Brady. We don't want to move on, trade him, and go with Jimmy Garoppolo. And that's where Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick possibly had a quarrel. And then that's what, for lack of a better term, pissed off Tom Brady to kind of get at Bill Belichick. So, and then to finish off the story, Tom Brady said to himself, well, I'm a free agent in 2 years now. So I'm just going to wait till then, and I'm going to test free agency because throughout those times, there's been a lot of contract adjustments with Tom Brady where they ended up paying him a little bit more and more. So in the end, Brady said to himself, all right, now I want to prove myself on another football team. I want kind of a fresh start. Why he wants a fresh start at 42, 43 years old, I don't know. Honestly, in my opinion, he should have just retired at this point in time or re-signed with the Patriots for another year to give Jarrett Stidham or a new drafted quarterback, new wiggle room and to kind of get into the system a little bit better. We'll get into that later. So, Peter, what do you think about this whole speculation?
I believe the Patriots, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, I think the relationship got old. They got tired of it. I think Tom Brady, this might sound really bad. I don't know if it sounds bad. This might sound kind of wimpy, if that's the correct word. He wanted to be more like, because Bill Belichick has never attached to one player, right? If you're not doing anything, you're gonna get cut. It doesn't matter what you've done in the past. I think Tom Brady kind of wanted to be a little more a little more loved in the organization. Bill Belichick, that's not Bill Belichick's style. We all know that. So and I think there was also a thing that I think Bill Belichick did not want Tom Brady back. I think it was, in my opinion, I think it was more of a mutual break.
Yeah.
They both, we're like, Tom Brady was like, okay, I'm not coming back, and Bill Belichick's like, well, we weren't really going to offer you a contract, so let's just go our separate ways. It's been a great, how long? 20 years? 19 years?
Yeah, just about 20. Now, if Brady wanted to stay with the Patriots, they would have had a deal. Now, I agree with that. I really don't think there was a financial issue there. Some people were earlier in the offseason, people were saying Brady wants $30 million a year now and all these things. Now they're talking, oh, Brady just wanted to leave the Patriots. So Robert Kraft said if Brady wanted to be a Patriot, they would have had a deal. I just think Brady was ready to move on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm repeating myself multiple times, but moving on at 42 years old, that's where I think his ego is getting into him a little bit. Are you the greatest quarterback of all time? Yes, you are. Are you invincible? No, you're not. So, honestly, the clock is ticking. For you to – I mean, what's he going to do? He signed a 2-year deal, $50 million, okay? And they can't franchise tag him. They can't trade him, and there's $9 million guaranteed. Is he going to play for those 2 years and retire? Possibly.
I think so. I think he plays 2 years and then retires. That's my opinion. Yeah. That's what I think will happen. We'll see how successful they do have really good weapons,
right?
Which the Patriots do not. At any standard, the Patriots compared to the Buccaneers with having Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, who are 2 top 5 receivers in the league last year, and then O.J. Howard, who's a really good big tight end who hasn't been used properly. Bruce Arians, not Bill Belichick, but he's a good coach. He's no Adam Gase. He's not. He hasn't won a Super Bowl, but he won games when he was interim coach of the Colts. He won games as a Cardinals. He's proved himself around the league that he's a respected head coach. So that also probably had a factor into where Tom Brady was going. The weapons and having you don't want just some like rookie head coach or some guy that is not that good. You want a respected head coach. It's not Bill Belichick, but he wanted a coach that is respected around the league.
Right, makes sense. But to say that Brady moved and now he's happy that he's got targets, honestly, when you play in one system and you're so used to one system for a long period of time, like Tom Brady from 2000 all the way up until 2019, I don't care if you have Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, and Jerry Rice in your team. It's going to be a difficult adjustment, okay, to be a leader, because a quarterback is one of the main leaders of a team. To be a leader on a new organization when you've known a different system and a different organization so well for so long. And that's what's going to be difficult for Tom Brady. I don't care who he's got around him, who his coach is. It's just going to be difficult adjusting to this new system in a year or 2 years or however long he plans on playing for the Buccaneers. Who knows how that's going to be. But now one thing I want to talk about, Peter, is how do you think, now as a non-Patriots fan, I'm a little bit biased. Honestly, in my opinion, like Brady's gone. Hey, good for him. Like he won 6 Super Bowls. Now it's on to somebody else. Now it's on to Jarrett Stidham. Now I'm worrying about the Patriots. I'm not really worrying about Tom Brady anymore. See what I mean? So, but to go to you as a non-Patriots fan, how do you think that Tom Brady is going to play in this new system with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I still think Tom Brady has something left in his system. I like the receivers in Tampa Bay. I really don't know because you can't really get into training camp right now. Training camp's not happening. All this fun coronavirus stuff. But they do have really good weapons with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. I believe they were both 2 top 5 receivers in fantasy last year. You have O.J. Howard. You have Cameron Brate. This team is good. weapons-wise. And Tom Brady makes them better. So we'll see how he fits in the new system. I'm assuming they'll adjust their system towards him as the best they can because that's what you do. His system is much different than using Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston is more of an air raid quarterback. Let's just throw the ball deep. He's a gunslinger. Thank you. Tom Brady is more of a short pass, precise pass. Precise pass. Yeah, let's move the ball down the field in an 8-play drive instead of scoring in 3 plays. That's right. Yes. So you're going to have to adjust. There's going to be an adjustment period. It's not going to be smooth right away, but having Tom Brady on your team is going to make you much better. People saying that they're going to win the Super Bowl. I'm not there yet. That division's tough.
Yeah. When you have the Saints, it's a tough division, and you got a 42-year-old quarterback in a different system.
It's a tough conference, yes. So we'll see. There's always surprises in the football season. There's always surprises. That's how football. That's how sports work. We like it. I don't know yet. I don't want to give an opinion on how it's going to work because I don't know. I want to wait and see. I want to see how it goes. And the funny thing is the Super Bowl is in Tampa Bay. That's a funny thing. A little tidbit. I'm not picking the Buccaneers. I don't think I'm picking the Buccaneers even to make the playoffs. Maybe we went to 17 playoffs right now, right? There's 17 in the playoffs. So this year there's 16 games and 7 playoffs. The following year it's 17 games and 7 playoffs. Am I right?
Right.
So we're still in the 16-game season.
Yep.
So 7, that does give you another little boost of helping to make the playoffs.
Yep.
For a lot of teams, but they're going to be a fun watch. Is that a correct term?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
You're going to watch them a little.
Oh, yeah. It is interesting that you mentioned about the 17 games and the 17 playoff. That is one thing that we can get into later on in a radio show, but who knows whether or not that's going to have a huge effect on the NFL within the next
Well, this year I think it will with the 7 games. It will help a team that like 9-7, 8-8 might get in the playoffs.
Yeah, some people are saying they're rigging it for the Dallas Cowboys.
and then they could go on a run because teams go on a run in the playoffs. The Giants won 2 Super Bowls, both being wild card teams.
Yep.
Against the Patriots both times, and the Patriots were the best team in the league. You never the Titans were a wild card team. They got to the AFC Championship game. You know what I mean? So you never know. And I have a quick question. I saw this on Twitter. Quick answer. So, who do you think is going to have more primetime games this year? The Buccaneers or the Patriots? Is that a fair question to ask? I think honestly, it is.
That's a fair question. Honestly, in my opinion, you got to go with the Buccaneers on this one.
Yeah.
Because this is how NFL media works. You've got the greatest quarterback of all time, just changed teams after being on the same team for years. Okay, so all the lights are going to be on them. The Patriots right now, unless they do really well this year, they're going to lose a lot of the, I don't want to say media momentum and the media coverage that they have had in the past.
Yeah, you guys can have a bad year. Come on, just have a bad year for once.
I mean, I got my personal opinion on that. Why don't we get into that? So, Peter, what do you think is the Patriots, as a non-Patriots fan, what do you think should be their move at the quarterback position from here on? And how do you think, as a Bills fan, being in the same division as the Patriots, how do you think this is going to play out in the division?
Okay, so before we get to the division, we'll say what the Patriots should do at quarterback. So here right now, you signed Brian Hoyer.
Right.
Nothing special. He's a backup quarterback.
Okay.
We don't know.
Here's the thing.
Am I wrong? Is he not a backup quarterback?
He is a backup quarterback, and I think that they're going to use him as a backup quarterback personally. I think they put him in there because he knows the system. I mean, like I said before in my previous radio shows, the reason why we needed Brady for next year and possibly the year after is to develop a young guy, whether that's Jarrett Stidham, our current starting quarterback, or some other quarterback that we could have drafted in the draft this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we needed Tom Brady, and I think that's why they brought in Brian Hoyer. It's because he played for the Patriots for, I believe, 3 years, and then he played for Cleveland and Houston. Then he came back to the Patriots to back up Tom Brady. So he's very familiar with the system. So whoever that starting quarterback is, even if they do put Brian Hoyer in there at the beginning of the season, it really all depends on, whether or not, Brian Hoyer can, I don't know, not really prove himself as a star, but prove himself as knowing the Patriots system and to kind of help out whoever the new guy's going to be.
Yeah, I get that. And then you have Jarrett Stidham, unknown. And then you have Cody Kessler, I forget about Cody Kessler. We don't have to talk about him. But he does give you – he's a third option, whatever. So what I'm looking at – so the Patriots either could do right now, go sign a free agent. You have Cam Newton who's on the market. You have Jameis Winston. You also could trade for Andy Dalton, right? I don't see the Patriots doing any of that.
No,
I actually see them riding out with Jarrett Stidham this year.
Yep.
Either they draft a guy in the first round, second round, or third round this year, right? You could draft a quarterback with your first round pick, second round pick, third round pick, right? And then you cut Cody Kessler because he's not really important to the team. And then then he sits under a year, and then it's basically a battle between Stidham and the new young quarterback. Or you don't draft it, or you don't draft a quarterback this year. You ride with Stidham. If Stidham starts going like crazy bad, like he starts going really bad, you put Brian Hoyer in, and you call it a lost year.
Yep.
And then you draft the guy next year. So if the Patriots don't love anybody in this draft, then they might wait to next year. And then if you're riding out Jared Stidham with Brian Hoyer with those weapons, I don't know. It's Bill Belichick. I don't like to bet against Bill Belichick. Still have a good defense. Let's not forget that. You did lose a couple pieces. You lost Jamie Collins and Kyle Van Noy, both good players.
Right.
You did resign Devin McCourty, right? Devin McCourty. So you're still going to be a good team. Does this make the Bills the favorite in the AFC East? It might. It's a huge impact on the Bills because the Bills went out and got Stephon Diggs, who's a legit number one receiver in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So now you give Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, John Brown, and Cole Beasley with Devin Singletary as a running back with one of the best defenses in the NFL. If Josh Allen can put it all together this year, the Bills are going to win the division. That's just my point. Because I think the Patriots are going to lose a lot of close games. I think you're going to be in a lot of games that could go either way. And maybe if you had Tom Brady, you would win. But this is kind of a say. Unless Jared Stidham is something that we don't know. He's a wild card. If Jared Stidham is like a real, maybe this 1 year behind Tom Brady last year was a good thing for him, and he becomes a really good NFL quarterback, then yeah, you're going to be fine. But if he doesn't, and he's just a normal average, below average quarterback, then you're looking at a 8-8, 9-7, 7-9 year. I don't think you're like you're not 4-12, you're not 5-11, you're not 6-10. I think your ceiling is either 9-7 or 10-6, and your floor is 7-9.
All right, that's reasonable.
Am I fair? I can't get past like 10-6 with Jared Stidham as your quarterback or Brian Hoyer. I know Bill Belichick's the greatest coach of all time. You have a good defense and everything. Julian will be still good running backs. I just don't see that yet. I could be totally wrong. I hope I'm not, because I'm hoping the Bills go to 11-5 and you go like 9-7, 8-8. We win the division. It's all fun and Bills Mafia.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, you're hoping. But
so the Bills had a good free agency too. So that was a good, gave me a little boost. With Stephon Diggs, with that news, I was excited.
So here's the thing. I think right now we got to run with Jared Stidham. I think either we got.
I have a question. Would you be mad? Sorry to cut you off. Would you be mad if you drafted a quarterback in the first round this year?
I mean, no, I wouldn't be mad if he drafted a quarterback in the first round. I just think it complicates matters more because we have Jared Stidham, who was a young quarterback. Okay, we drafted him. All right, Brian Hoyer's there just to help him out, like I said before. And to draft another quarterback and develop him, then that makes Jared Stidham useless. I don't see why we need to roll the dice and.
Mm-hmm. So unless maybe they don't want Jared Stidham, maybe they see a guy we don't know. They could see a guy.
Yeah, we don't know. This is just speculation. But as I said, I think Jared Stidham is our number one option right now. Who knows how he's going to play? If he plays well, that'll be great. He could be our next quarterback. If he doesn't, then you got to start to rethink it. Okay, what do we do here? Do we go into free agency next year? Do we draft another guy next year? That really all depends. But as in regards to, a lot of people have been talking like, oh, we should go get Jameis Winston. This was earlier. Go get Jameis Winston, get Marcus Mariota. That's just not the Bill Belichick thing to do, in my opinion. Me being a Pats fan and knowing the Patriots, I doubt Bill Belichick's going to go out there and grab a veteran quarterback. Okay? I mean, if you look at this is a little bit more like legacy, but you look at the Patriots before. We've had Tom Brady drafted a Patriot. Drew Bledsoe drafted a Patriot. Steve Grogan drafted a Patriot. Tony Eason drafted a Patriot. So it's not really, I think, I want to say the Patriot way, at least for us right now, to get a veteran quarterback and bring him into our system and try to mold him. It's good when you're to become a Patriot, you need to be into it from day one. It's tough. We have a very intricate system, so it's tough for another quarterback from another team who's a veteran to take them and stick them into our system as a quarterback and to make them flourish. Because I think that's really difficult in Bill Belichick's football mind, his system, and how he wants the Patriots to be. So like I said, you got to be in it from day one, and I think Jared Stidham is that option right now because he has been in it from day one, and most importantly, he played under Tom Brady. So he has somewhat of an experience. He hasn't been able to prove himself whatsoever. He played a little bit in the preseason, maybe a snap or two in the regular season, which that never really proves anything either. So I think Jared Stidham really, I think when it comes to proving himself, it really depends on the preseason for this year, Peter. So I think they're going to put Brian Hoyer in there. They're going to put Jared Stidham, see what the both of them can do, and then they're going to decide who they're going to start week one. Now, even if they start Brian Hoyer week 1, I think throughout the season,
please
they're going
start
to want
Brian
to
Hoyer.
move to the younger guy, to Jarrett Stidham. So I think that's what's going to happen personally. In regards to the division, are the Bills good? Yes, they are. But they haven't shown enough momentum season after season to tell me that they're going to beat the Patriots, who have been AFC East champs since, 2008. So, honestly, I still think the Patriots are going to take the division this year. We got Bill Belichick. We still got that same system that catered to Tom Brady. So I don't see that changing. I don't see that momentum that the Patriots have changing anytime soon. People are talking about, they're going to tank. They're going to do horribly. I don't see that happening. Do I see the Bills doing well? Yes, I do. But they haven't proved that momentum yet. They had one good season last year. If they can get another one this year and another one the year after, then they got that momentum. But the Bills haven't proved to be that, really good franchise team yet.
I agree with you. I think Bill Belichick, or this is all speculation, or this is what I think, because we don't actually know. I think this is more of just like a retool year. Yep. This is more. We'll see what happens. We're not going for a Super Bowl. You're always going for a Super Bowl, but that's not our end goal. We're going to see how Jarrett Stidham is, and if he blows and Brian Hoyer blows, then we draft a quarterback next year and we go 6-10, 7-9. So this is kind of I don't think they're going to draft a guy. They might draft a guy. They're not going to add another veteran on free agency because that doesn't really help their end goal. I think this is kind of a year, and I don't see. I'm with you on the Patriots. Not really having. I mean, not the Patriots. The Bills kind of. I get it what you said. We've improved. I just think the talent on our team, adding Stephon Diggs puts us over the edge. I see us at like 11-5, maybe a 12-4 team if Josh Allen clicks. I just don't see the Patriots. I think the Bills split this year against the Patriots. We win at home, you win at home, all that fun stuff.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
I just, like I said before, the Patriots losing a lot of close games because your defense is going to be in it. Bill Belichick's going to be always in the game. But at the end of the game, I think Jarrett Stidham is too young and Brian Hoyer is not good enough to get you over the hump like in the fourth quarter. Is that a fair estimate?
No, absolutely. I can appreciate that. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then if Jarrett Stidham, we'll say he comes out in balls, then maybe we'll have a different opinion. Or if he comes out and stinks up the toilet, then then you're drafting the quarterback next year, and so or drafting the quarterback this year. So we're gonna have a lot of fun to talk about. We're gonna we have the draft coming up. We'll do we're gonna do a mock draft for that, and then we'll do a post draft analysis of the first round. We can do a post draft analysis of the second and third round. We have a lot of fun leeway to do with this channel because we can post little 20 or 30 minute videos of a specific topic that we want to talk about. We're not here for 2 hours once a week, and you want to listen to us once. So you can come back and listen to this video all the time. So thank you for listening. Ed, you want to do the exit us, Ed?
Absolutely. So thank you so much, everybody, for listening. Stay tuned. As Peter said, we're going to be posting many different videos on many different topics. Of course, our radio shows have been, 2 hours long once a week, Wednesdays from 10 to 12. However, this is going to be different. We're going to post shorter videos on different topics at different times. So at any time, a video could come out where we're talking about a specific subject related to sports. So please click that subscribe button, stay tuned, and comment on our videos. So this is WDOM 91.3 Providence College Radio on YouTube. This is Peter DiBiasi and Eddie Amateo signing out. Thank you.
Thank you.